The origins of boxing can be traced back to ancient Egypt around 3000 BC. Early depictions show figures engaging with their fists in combat. The sport was also popular in ancient Greece, where it was included in the Olympic Games as early as 688 BC. In ancient Rome, boxing became more brutal. Fighters used hard leather gloves, often metal-studded, called cestus, and bouts often ended in severe injury or death. Despite its popularity, boxing was eventually banned in Rome due to its violent nature. Boxing re-emerged in 17th century England as bare-knuckle fighting. These brutal contests often took place in taverns and attracted large crowds. James Figg, the first recognized champion, established the first boxing school in London in the early 18th century. The rules of boxing began to formalize with the introduction of the Broughton Rules in 1743, named after champion Jack Broughton. These rules introduced basic safety measures, including banning hits below the belt and allowing a downed fighter 30 seconds to recover. The sport continued to evolve with the London Prize Ring Rules in 1838, which introduced a square ring and standardized rounds. However, bare-knuckle boxing was still dangerous, and many fights ended in severe injuries. The Marquess of Queensberry Rules, introduced in 1867, transformed boxing into the sport we recognize today. These rules mandated gloves, 3-minute rounds, and a 10-second count for knockdowns, significantly improving safety and standardizing the sport. Boxing gained popularity in America in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. John L. Sullivan, known as the Boston Strong Boy, became the first heavyweight champion under the Queensberry Rules, bringing legitimacy and attention to the sport. The 20th century saw the rise of legendary fighters who became cultural icons. Jack Johnson, the first African-American heavyweight champion, broke racial barriers and faced immense adversity. His dominance in the ring challenged the status quo and inspired future generations. The era of Joe Louis, the Brown Bomber, further solidified boxing's place in American culture. Louis's 1938 victory over Max Schmeling was more than a fight. It was a symbolic triumph against Nazi ideology, uniting the nation during a turbulent time. Muhammad Ali, often called the greatest, transcended boxing. His charisma, skill, and outspoken nature made him a global icon. Ali's fights, including his trilogy with Joe Frazier and the Rumble in the Jungle against George Foreman, are legendary moments in sports history. Women's boxing, too, has a rich history. Pioneers like Christy Martin and Layla Ali brought the sport into the mainstream, demonstrating that boxing is not limited by gender. Today, female fighters continue to break barriers and achieve greatness. The late 20th and early 21st centuries saw boxing adapt to new challenges. The rise of pay-per-view and cable television brought fights to a global audience, while the sport expanded into new markets, particularly in Asia and Latin America. Today, boxing remains a symbol of perseverance and determination. From local gyms to international arenas, the sport continues to captivate and inspire. Modern champions such as Manny Pacquiao, Floyd Mayweather, and Katie Taylor carry the legacy forward, demonstrating the timeless appeal of the sweet science. This is the history of boxing, a story of power, pride, and passion. Thanks for watching, and please remember to subscribe. We are constantly producing a stream of compelling new history videos, which I'm sure you won't want to miss. Thanks again. Bye for now.